Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. For today I'm going to be ranking all the eyeshadow palettes that I tried in the month of April. So if you want to see all the palettes, then please stick around for today's video and make sure you are subscribed before leaving today, and let's go ahead and get into it. So I do have 8 palettes to rank for you. I'm going to start off with number 8, and this is actually not a new palette, but this is the Ghostface Lives palette from Glamlite. I actually kind of revamped this palette. I dug out some of the shimmers and mattes and put my own indie shimmer shades in here. So it's extra shifty, sparkly, all of the things. The reason why this is coming at number 8 is because I don't have the proper ingredients to make like beautiful, yummy shimmers, and I'm critiquing myself. I actually get fallout with my shimmers, but it doesn't matter. I just normally wet them down, and I love it. It's so fun, and I reach for this so much more than I ever did before I just dug everything out and kind of made it more like perfect for me. So now I just feel inspired to use that palette year round versus just like Halloween times, you know. Number 7, this is from Alter Ego. This is the Wild Woods palette. This is such a beautiful palette. This is actually a dupe palette for the Natasha Denona Yucca palette. So let me just open them up so you can see them close and personal. I never did a YouTube video on this because I got it well after it had launched, but I did use it several times. I mean, look at that. I must say that the mattes are beautiful. The shimmers are a little bit lackluster. They're pretty, but they're not Natasha Denona good. So if you are on a budget, I think you'll be very happy with this one. I actually like the shade Amber more than the shade Fuchsia in the Natasha Denona palette. So I still like the OG more, but I'm still happy to have Wild Woods to just kind of test out the Alter Ego formula more because they have an incredible formula. I just wish the shimmers were a little bit more like impactful. Number 6, this is from Micka Beauty Shop. This is the Simplicity palette, and I must say that this color story is so pretty. The reason why this is coming in a little bit lower, it's simply because the matte shades, there are a few hit and miss shades, and the shimmer, this shade Tender, for me, I just did not like it. But other than that, and then like just having to build up the mattes a little bit, I honestly really enjoy the color story. I like the formula. Other than just like that one shimmer, I can make this palette work for me. It's so beautiful. I love the packaging. I just love the aesthetic. There's something about having these fun shimmers like for a fun pop with the neutral mattes that just, they inspire me. I love me some spicy neutrals. So this palette right here, it's so pretty. I'm so thankful that they sent this one over to me. Number 5, this one is actually the one that I use the most this month. This is the Moon Shroom palette from Lunar Beauty, and I love this color story so much. This shade right here, Magic Mushroom, it's my favorite shimmer in the palette. I've noticed that something about Lunar Beauty's matte formula that I don't like. I find that they're a little finicky. You can't really go light to dark. Normally I have to go dark to light. You cannot really layer on a ton. You may get some patchiness. They don't all work well with one another. It's still a solid matte formula. I just know that I have to kind of like baby it a little bit, if that makes sense. So that's why it's coming in a little bit lower, but the color story is beautiful. And honestly, this is more versatile than the Natasha Denona Yucca palette. I did have a question about that. I love this palette so much. I think it's beautiful. I'm here for it. I love the packaging. I know not everyone did, but I love it. I think it's so pretty, and the shimmers are so beautiful. And like I said, I reach for this one the most out of the month because you can get very neutral looks, colorful looks, kind of spicy neutrals where you just go with some neutrals and like a fun shimmer. This is beautiful. Excellent quality as far as the shimmers go. I love it. And I look at this palette and I feel inspired, which says a lot because I have used it so many times in April and I'm still not sick of it. Normally I'm so ready to put the palettes up in my makeup collection, but with this one I'm like, okay, I can keep it out and keep playing with it. Number 4, this is from Bunny Cosmetics. This is a Sickly Sleep palette. They actually had a sale and I snagged it whenever it was discounted. I think the color story is so fun and beautiful for spring. Excuse me. They actually launched this during Halloween last year. I didn't get it because I thought it was just too colorful, and I knew if I was just patient I would get it for a really good discount. And something I love about the Sickly Sweet theming, I like how they did, like, they had a very fun approach to Halloween because honestly everyone just goes like witchy, ghost, skeleton, you know what I mean? It's like more like scary the better, where I'm in the minority. I don't really prefer that type of theming packaging. I mean, I get it, but it's just not really for me. So I think that this is super fun to just kind of point out the fun part of Halloween, like the candy vibes, all of that. So I was really excited about the theming. I just didn't get it at that time because I didn't want to pay full price for it. And it has really, I think this is the second most used palette of the month, and I think it's so pretty, and every look I created was very fun. Number 3, this one is the one that I have on my eyes today. This is the Unearthly Cosmetics Spring Magic Palette. This color story, it's so fun, obviously perfect for spring. You get beautiful mattes, a beautiful shimmer. They always have such a fun color story when it comes to Unearthly Cosmetics, and as far as like the formulation goes, it's right on par with what we have seen. The mattes are so yummy and blendable. They're pigmented. They're just like the perfect mattes. And then the shimmers, they are sparkly. Some of them have like a slight shift to them. The shade Lush, this one is actually almost a wet cream formula in a way, so I do like it. But honestly guys, I'm just being honest, I'm so sick of large palettes. I don't know if that's unpopular opinion, so maybe I had a huge month of just like lots of large palettes because I got some from Ensley Reign. I got the Be Tabore Secret Garden palette, obviously like Blend Bunny, Lunar Beauty, this one. Like there's a lot of large palettes and I just kind of get overwhelmed. I much prefer smaller palettes, so I did want to point that out. Yes, it's a beautiful palette, but I'm just not reaching for it a lot because I don't reach for large palettes. So with that being said, I think it's beautiful, and I like that we have a matte in the palette. There's something about this color story. It does inspire me even though it's a large palette. I don't reach for it as often, but I do get excited when I do reach for it. So I'm happy to have it. This is honestly very cool tone leaning. You have to love pinks if you get this palette. It's beautiful, but honestly, in my opinion, I could have just gone for the blush palette. I love this one so much. I've been using it almost every single day. I popped into this shade today. I adore this palette, and I mixed it with this, let me just show you. I mixed it with Flourish and Cleanse. These two mattes, I use these as blush, and I put the pink one on top. So I'm happy that I have it. I am, but if I'm just being honest, I could have lived without it because I much prefer the blush palette. It's just so pretty and actually really unique to my collection. Number 2, this is from Fantasy Cosmetica. This is the Rogue palette. I am so happy that they sent this one over to me. Guys, it's everything that I thought it would be. It's a grungy, fun, colorful, but you can still get wearable looks with it. Like wearable, you know what I'm saying? I love the shimmers. These shimmers knocked my socks off. They are so beautiful, sparkly, shifty, just so flattering and unique. They're honestly like some of like the spiciest neutral. This shade right here, I mean, I am in love with this palette. I love the color story. It's color, but like with a grungy twist, and I love Fantasy Cosmetica as a brand, and I'm so happy that I have this one in my collection now because many of you know that this has been on my radar, and I've just been kind of waiting for the opportunity to get it, and I'm so happy that I have it in my collection because, like I said, it's everything that I thought and hoped it would be. Number 1, this is kind of new-ish. This is the revamped Strawberry Moon palette from Ensley Reign Cosmetics. There's something about this palette, guys. It gets me every single time. Am I reaching for these colorful, scary mattes all the time? No, because I don't even like pink. So it's honestly crazy how much I love this palette, and I don't even reach for blues all that often. But guys, the magic, it's this middle row. It has my heart. That's why I really enjoy this palette, or these middle shimmers. Obviously, I do reach for the other shades, but very like softly in a way. There's something about the color story. It inspires me. They're so shifty and sparkly. This is one of the best palettes from Ensley Reign, and I'm so happy that now we have a mirror. We have magnetic pans. I already have a video, I'll try to link it, of me comparing it to the OG Strawberry Moon palette. I didn't even know if I was going to rank this because I've already ranked it previous, but this is like the newer one, and yes, I still reach for it. I use this so many times just to reach in for the peachy fiery shades and top it on like the Lunar Beauty palette just to give it a little bit of a fieriness effect. I love this palette, and I'm so happy that I have the new revamped version. Okay guys, so I do hope you enjoyed my monthly ranking. I know it's a little bit, we're into May. It's been very busy. It's so hard to find the time to film with 2 little ones. It's always busy, and I'm always being a mom. So if I don't post all the time, I'm so sorry. Believe me, I want to. I have the content ready. I need to find that perfect sweet time to film. And right now it's just a struggle to sit down and film and edit and all the things, especially when the kiddos are fighting at nap time, things like that. It just makes it nearly impossible. But whenever I do get the time to film. I'm so excited to hang out with y'all. And let me just say, I have got several palettes that I will be ranking in May. They're just adding up. So we're definitely going to have a fun ranking at the end of May. So please make sure you are subscribed. Like this video if you found it fun, entertaining, all the things. But that's going to do it for today's video. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. I bet you are healthy, happy, and stay beautiful. Bye, guys.